Do you know about astronomy in the Quran? About scientific facts in Quran about astronomy? Let us discover about secret of astronomy in Quran. This is another scientific miracles of Quran. Have you ever looked up at the night sky? Really looked? Away from the city lights where the cosmos reveals itself in its full, breathtaking glory. For thousands of years we've stared into that darkness, filled with wonder. What are those lights? Where did they come from? How did this vast, intricate universe begin? These are not new questions. They are as old as humanity itself. Our ancestors, huddled around campfires, saw the same stars we see. But what if a text, written over 14 centuries ago, contained descriptions of the cosmos that resonate with discoveries we've only made in the last century? In the 1920s, astronomer Edwin Hubble observed that distant galaxies were all moving away from us. The universe wasn't a static, unchanging stage. It was dynamic, growing, and expanding. Now, consider a verse from the Quran. Chapter 51, verse 47 reads, "And the heaven we constructed with strength, and indeed we are its expander." The Arabic word used, musirun, is interpreted by many linguists and scholars as meaning to expand or make wider. For a text from the 7th century to describe the heavens, or the universe, as something that is actively being expanded is, to say the least, remarkable. It stands in stark contrast to the static models of the cosmos that dominated human thought for the next 1,000 years. Think about the sun and the moon. For most of human history, they were simply lights in the sky. Chapter 21, verse 33 states, "And it is He who created the night and the day and the sun and the moon, all in an orbit are swimming." The Arabic word for this motion, yasbahun, implies not just moving, but gliding or swimming through space, each with its own independent course. Furthermore, the Quran makes a clear distinction between the light of the sun and the light of the moon. The sun is often described as a lamp, siraj, implying its own source of light and heat. The moon, on the other hand, is described as a light, nur, which is often interpreted as reflected light. This distinction is scientifically accurate. The sun is a star, a raging nuclear furnace producing its own energy. The moon is a rocky body that shines only by reflecting the sun's light. In chapter 41, verse 11, it mentions a stage of creation when the heaven was smoke, dukkhan. Modern cosmology tells us that after the Big Bang, the universe was filled with a hot, opaque plasma. As it cooled, it became a vast cloud of hydrogen and helium gas, a cosmic smoke. It was from this primordial gas and dust that the first stars and galaxies began to form. So what do we make of all this? We see verses written 1,400 years ago that speak of an expanding universe, of celestial bodies swimming in their own orbits, of a distinction between the sun's fire and the moon's reflection, and of a smoky origin for the cosmos. These are not vague pronouncements. They are specific concepts that align remarkably well with discoveries made in the modern scientific era. It's easy to dismiss them as coincidence or as the result of interpretive gymnastics, forcing ancient words to fit modern ideas. That is one possibility, but we must also consider the alternative. Is it possible that there is a connection between the revelations of Scripture and the discoveries of science? The two realms, science and faith, are often pitted against each other as adversaries. But perhaps they don't have to be. Perhaps they are two different ways of looking at the same magnificent reality. The cosmos does not demand that we choose between science and wonder. It invites us to embrace both. The journey of discovery is far from over. Our story, the human story, is one of relentless curiosity. Whether you find your answers in the equations of physics, the verses of Scripture, or the quiet contemplation of the night sky, the important thing is to never stop asking questions. Keep looking up. Keep exploring. The universe is telling a grand story, and it's written in the stars, in the laws of nature, and perhaps for some in the pages of a book. The invitation is open to all of us to keep reading, to keep searching, and to stand in perpetual awe of it all.